Hi, we're back. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about GPU prices and so on. Many want to buy new parts for their computer or the whole new computer or whatsoever, but yeah, this is my GPU. It's an RTX 3080, 10 gigabyte. It's HP Omen OEM GPU. Similar to Founders Edition. I had it now for almost, quite a while. I don't remember now. I think, well, I had it for a while, yeah. And it still works super. So, yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that. I basically make this video because now you have the 3000 series that I have. So I have the 3080 RTX 3080 10 gig, and many think that now is an old GPU because now the 4000 series has been out for about a year, just over a year. You have this constant change all the time, and soon there will be new GPUs out, and similar to phones like Samsung. They come up with, last year was the S23, this year is the S24. iPhone have the iPhone 14, this year is the iPhone, no, I think 15 now, this August probably iPhone 16 or something, yeah. So every year there is something new. Sometimes the difference isn't that big and sometimes it is. The RTX 3080 that I have was about 55% faster than the 2080, so RTX 2080. So that's the difference. It's a good card. It's a very good card, good GPU. The 4080 is about 55-ish percent faster than the 3080. So again, it's a very good card. And then you have the price differences, and I understand most people want the most new, it lasts you longer, and so on and so on. Many reasons. We're going to look a little, I'm going to talk a little about that today. But just as we're clear, I'm looking now at 3080 and 4080. Those two I try to make a little comparison about. So the 3080 was about 52% faster than the 2080, and the 4080 is about 55% faster than the 3080. So it's about similar from generation 2000 series to 3000 series to 4000 series. So 2000 to 3000 and from 3000 series to 4000 series. Today the prices, I assume, would have dropped a little. So I did a check just to see, and I did find on internet a 3080 10 gig for the price of $737 today. Now the cheapest 4080 I could find was $1,200. So there is a difference in the price there, about $463 for choosing the 4080 compared to the 3080. What I want to say is the 3080 is actually very good. It play everything on 1080p. It play everything on 1440p, and it actually also plays something in 4K. So it's a very good graphic card. The 3080 is also it's also in that category enthusiastic graphic card, enthusiast class. By the way, just info I saw on the Wikipedia that now somebody been in there and changed. So the 3080 is apparently now, according to Wikipedia, because somebody changed it. Apparently they don't know. So because I guess the 4000 series is out and stuff, so they just put it down to high-end class, which is wrong. The 3080 is actually enthusiast class. And that's how it is. It is an enthusiast card GPU. Um, I don't think it's anything wrong with buying a 3080 10 gig or 12 gig, or 3080 Ti or 3090 or 3090 Ti, if they are cheaper than similar in the 4000 series. Because they are so good, the technology is so raw, it's so good, like in the mobile phones and so on. So, you know, I mean, it's gonna last you long no matter what. And not everybody play in 4K. But let's say you want the newest. You think, okay, if I pick the 4000 series, I go for the 4080, then it lasts longer. Well, you could argue that. But then again, remember, to actually get the use of that GPU, to use that graphic card to the full extent, you need to play 4K. Because if you play 1440p, you wouldn't see much difference from the 3080 I have. So you will see it and experience it only if you play 4K, and then you actually have to buy not only the GPU, but you have to buy a new monitor. You need a 4K monitor, simple as that. And then maybe you have to buy a new case for your computer, because the 4000 series GPUs are bigger. They are more larger than the 3000 series GPUs. And I saw when the 4000 series came and people ordering it, and they were so excited to get it in and in the computer and so on. And then they say, "Holy crap! It doesn't fit in my case. I need to wait." I was so looking forward to like put it in and stuff, but it doesn't fit. So now I have to wait some days because I had to order a new case. So you bought a new graphic card, then you had to buy a new monitor, then you had to buy a new case. Then you see it not getting very cheap. Now, if you can look at what you actually use, what you do. I mean, I play games. The games I play is in no problem. It's perfect in 1440p. When I do YouTube and stuff in videos, I don't need any 4K graphic card for that. I mean, my 3080 already can handle 4K, at least to a certain amount. So I am covered for long. I don't have any problem. And that's what I basically want to say. When you pick phones, I see today that many buy new phones, but the phones too have gone up in price and are expensive, especially the top models. So the Samsung S24 Ultra is quite expensive everywhere in the world, and also the iPhone 15 Max Pro. It's not a cheap phone either. And I would say, from my experience, and everybody know I'm not an expert when it comes to computers, but I have been working with phones and stuff for 12, 13 years, and I've seen the evolution and development, and I do know a little bit about phones. And I would say, if you need a new phone today, do you have to buy the S24 Ultra, or is the S23 Ultra more than good enough? Last year's model. Maybe even the S22 Ultra, because they are cheaper in price. If you go on YouTube and you search videos with like S22 Ultra, S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra, you will find there isn't much differences. They are very solid and good phones as long as you pick the flagships. And I would state that if you buy a GPU and think a little the same, so I would say you choose high-end or enthusiast card, because now they dropped in price. Like I said, the 3080 is about $737 that I look today, and the 4080 is $1,200. So you get the 3000 series, you get 10 gig RAM on it, whereas the 4080 have 16 gig RAM of the VRAM, but still you get a very good card in the 3080. And if you can save $463 and still get a insane good card, then I would say that's a good deal. Now, if you're going to buy the Samsung S24 Ultra, and let's say that phone is about $1,200 to $300, but you can buy the S22 Ultra, and you pay maybe $800 or $750. For me, I wouldn't stress much. I would take the S22 and save the money because the phones are so insanely good. I would think similarly. For my need, for how I use my computer, how I use my GPU, I don't actually need the 4000 series. So even today, I bought my computer in 21, so it was September 21, so now we are in 24. So in some months, my GPU, I've had it for 3 years. And even today, I wouldn't hesitate if I get a sale or a good enough price on the 3080, I would pick that one over the 4080. Simply because you get so much for the money, it's so good, and you save money, you get it cheaper. So I would definitely go to the 3080 today as well. Even though the 4000 series is out, and it would be fun and cooler and it's faster and all that stuff, but still you need to buy more stuff to actually use it, because if you don't buy the new 4K monitor, you sit there and play in 1440p with a graphic card that actually not going to be faster than the 3080 anyway, so it's wasted money. And maybe you need to buy a new case. If you have a smaller case or something, you certainly need to buy a big new case. So if you add the price, $463 difference on the 3080 card to the 4080, and then you have to, if you buy the 4080, not only is that $463 extra, but then you have to buy a new monitor, and maybe you have to buy a new case as well. Then it starts to be like you're looking at $1,000 ish. It depends on the monitor, but the 4K monitors are not that cheap, and also a new case. So yeah, I would, 463, so that over 450. Then you have about 550 left for maybe a case and a monitor, and I think that's you will land around $800, $1,000 to buy a new GPU like that. Whereas if you buy the 3080, you can be good with the monitor you already have. So I would suggest that for many the 3080 is a good choice. But I would say if you are going to buy anything from the 3000 series, and I tried a few. I had the 3060 Ti, 3070, 3070 Ti, and 3080, and my son had a 3080 Ti. So I tried all of those GPUs in the 3000 series. For me, I would say you can get the 3070 Ti because that has the GDDR6X. The 3070 don't have that X. So that technology, that power saving and so on is not on the 3070 or 3060 Ti or 3060. It's just on the 3070 Ti, 3080, 3080 Ti, 3090 and 3090 Ti. But it's also on the 4000 series GPUs. So I would say the 3070 Ti is a high-end graphic card, and I could go for that. If not, you go for enthusiast class, which is 3080 10 gig, 3080 12 gig, 3080 Ti, 3090 and 3090 Ti. That is the enthusiast class graphic cards. So the 3070 Ti is a high-end class GPU, and certainly you could buy that without any problem. But I wouldn't choose any less than that. So I would go for 3070 Ti, 3080, 3080 Ti, 3090 and 3090 Ti. If I were in the market now to buy a new GPU, I would look at them compared to the Nvidia 4000 series and compare specs and prices, because that's what you do. And yeah, that's about it. I will just leave it at that today. And one final thing, I don't know who was in Wikipedia. When you search like Nvidia RTX 3000 series, it come up all the graphic cards there and so on. I was in there in November 23, so about 6 months ago. Then it was correct. The 3080 was in the enthusiast class. Now I was in I think February or March. Then it was suddenly changed on Wikipedia, and now 3080, 10 gig and 12 gig is in high end class, and that is not correct, because when Nvidia release their cards, they will be set in these categories, like you have mid-range, you have like starter, mid-range, high-end, and enthusiast. So that is given when the series is launched. Now, because they come a new series, like 4000 series, it doesn't suddenly change the class of the cards. So to the people that go in and change on Wikipedia, try to understand that before you do something that is actually wrong. This is stated by Nvidia that make them, and also every top reviewers. So you can look. You have a page. It's called about, I think. Let's see here. I think it is Power Tech. They have the review, and they write it clear too. So it's a here yeah, Tech Power Up it's called, and they write it straight here. The GeForce RTX 3080 is an enthusiast class graphics card by Nvidia, launched on September 1st, 2020. So it's all clear, and it's all there. You have StockX. They also say the same. The Nvidia RTX 3080 is a family of enthusiast class graphic cards. So you search a little and you can see it. So and Wikipedia from like I say November 23 also said it was enthusiast class, but now they changed it, and it's just I don't know who go in there and change, but it is wrong. It's not a high-end graphic card. It is a enthusiast. So yeah, by all means, buy the 3000 series, but do be smart and buy like high-end and enthusiast. Don't buy the mid-range and the others, because they will not last. They are not that future-proof, as many say. They will not last that long because they don't have the GDDR6X. They aren't that fast, and so on. So now when the prices have dropped a little on the 3000 series, I would certainly look at that. Power for money, like power price and power versus the 4000 series. And I think one important thing is you need to see what is it you need. How do you use your graphic card? How do you use your computer? What is it you use it for? For me personally, instead of buy the 4080, I would rather keep my 3080, and I would spend money on buying more RAM, because when I upload videos to YouTube and stuff, the RAM will make a difference. So for me, I would stick to my 3080, and I would juice it up from 32 gig RAM to 64 gig RAM instead of the graphic card alone. Because if you have like 16, 32 gig RAM, and then you buy the 4080, and you spend a lot of money on that, and then you cannot play 4K because your monitor doesn't support it, so you need to buy a new monitor as well. Then you need, then you wanted to do some YouTube or streaming on Twitch or whatever. then you actually need more RAM. So you need to up the RAM a little. And then it starts to be expensive. New monitor, new RAM, new GPU, and then maybe you need a new case as well. I mean, then it starts to be very, very expensive. So, yeah, you need to figure out why, how do I use my computer? What is my needs? And not talk about your friends or your neighbor and so on. What they need will be different. All of your friends, all of your neighbors will have different economy than what you have. They play different games. They do different stuff with their computers. And you need to figure out what's important to you. How are you using your computer? And I say the same about phones. Now I have the S23 Ultra with the S Pen and stuff. Many say we don't need that. We don't need the S Pen. It's no use for me. And they choose, let's say, the S23 Plus or the S23 or something like that, or the iPhone or whatever that doesn't have the S Pen. So you need to figure out what am I actually using, because it's a little stupid. I say it's stupid to buy a phone and then you don't even use more than maybe half of the features in the phone, right? You pay a lot if you buy the S24 Ultra, that is the newest and best phone out today, with the S Pen and everything. If you don't use it, then why do you pay that much for that phone? It's not logical at all. It's just wacko. But if you find out, how do I use my phone? Do I take a lot of photos, videos? Then I need a lot of storage, right? And I need a good camera. That's what you should look for, right? Do I work with my phone? Do I sign deals, contracts, and so on? Then I need a phone with an S Pen. I need to sign these contracts. I need to maybe sit on the airport and I need to sign that contract. I need to talk to business partners, lawyers, financial partners, and so on. I need to sign contracts, sign on loans, and so on. Then you only have one choice, and that is with the S Pen. If you don't use your phone much at all and you don't take much photos, you don't need to stress about the camera. Then you just need a good phone. Like you could have Samsung S23 FE, for example. Good phone, but cheaper. So you need to figure out, and Samsung have done this perfectly because they have a range of phones for different prices. Now, Nvidia don't do it same, but Nvidia have different series. So the 3000 series, the 2000 series, and now the 4000 series. And like I said, it's not a bad deal to buy the, what should I say, the older series. So now the 4000 is out, so the 3000 series is still there. So to buy 3 or 4000 series is very, very good GPUs, and they're gonna last you long. But look for deals, look for sales, and look for how you use it, what kind of RAM you have, what processor you have, what monitor you have, what case you have, and what budget you have, and buy what fit you. And then you're going to be happy. Simple as that. So that's what I wanted to make the video about today. A little boring maybe, but yeah. So at least we got a shot of my GPU first. And so yeah, I leave it at that. And remember to subscribe and like. I try to do a little more, but I come to a point now where I kind of need to buy more stuff to show and so on. So I really hope I can get more followers and start to make some money soon. Then I can do more. So again, please subscribe, please like my videos, and yeah, see you again next time. Bye bye.